Folks, there is trouble brewing. I am in very much trouble right now. Glenn Greenwald and Briahna Joy Gray are coming for me because I don't think Marianne Williamson is a good candidate. Let's back up a little bit. I tweeted yesterday that I see a lot of Tulsi Gabbard energy moving towards Marianne Williamson. There were a bunch of people who fell for Tulsi in 2020. And now, of course, that she's like an anti-vax Republican CPAC speaker, it's completely unhinged what's happened with Tulsi. Some of the Tulsi people have realized, all right, we got to get away from Tulsi. Let's go behind someone else. And so some of that energy is moving behind Marianne Williamson. Now, I know that in 2020, Glenn Greenwald was at least a casual fan of Tulsi. I have no idea on Briahna Joy Gray. I'm not super familiar with her. I think she's come up once before on the show, like a couple years ago, but I don't know too much about her. So we did a segment where I told you, as I always do, because I'm honest, I'm not going to pretend, right? I told you I'm not super impressed with Marianne Williamson's candidacy. I think she has every right to run. Anybody who wants to run should. This is America. She should be able to present her views. She should run as a Democrat or as an independent or as a Republican, whatever she wants. I defend it. I support it. This is what America is about. And I also mentioned that personally, it's not for me. Her woo-woo pseudoscience background isn't for me. She has the right ideas on a number of political issues, but that doesn't mean I would make her president. She has no experience. She has no expertise. She has no qualifications, and she has no sort of understanding of the way politics works. So might you go to like a Reiki practitioner and they're like, hey, I'm for Medicare for all. Great. Doesn't mean you make them president. Doesn't mean you support them in a primary. But that's all I was saying. And anybody is free to do, of course, whatever they want. Glenn Greenwald didn't like it. Glenn Greenwald responded to this on Twitter by saying, quote, those quotes, Marianne Williamson quotes I read that sounded like Deepak Chopra. Glenn says, those quotes aren't remotely kooky. They're reflective of someone engaging the vast mysteries of life via spirituality and transcendence. But to utterly conventional midwits, he's talking about me, to utterly conventional midwits serving as normalcy enforcers, David Pakman, anything beyond New York Times op-ed page dreck seems, quote, crazy. So Glenn doesn't agree with me. And then Briahna Joy Gray, who I think is a podcaster, and I guess is in league with some of these folks. I'm not super familiar with her. She tweets about this in response to Glenn. Biden guy wants to vote for Biden again. This is why part of the left is dead. And it's like, which... Are you talking about the only part of the left that ever wins? That ever, quite literally ever wins? She's saying that part of the left is dead. The only part that ever wins anything. Oh, okay. Very interesting. As far as I know, that tweet was not particularly well received and Briahna subsequently deleted it. Okay. So let's again just make sure we're all on the same page. Biden wasn't my guy in the primary. I'm just not delusional, okay? Marianne Williamson has no experience relevant to being president of the United States. If you tell me, hey, you know what, David? We have too many like lawyers who are president or business people who are president. We need people from different backgrounds. I'm with you. I want scientists as presidents. I want, people who have led nonprofits would be great for presidents. I would like to see people from the field of education be president. I'm with you. We have too narrow a scope for people that eventually become president. But Marianne Williamson has no relevant experience, no relevant expertise, no qualifications, and also none of the relationships that would make you a more effective president. She's for Medicare for all. That's great. She believes climate change should be taken seriously. Great. But she's not going to push Biden to the left because she's not even going to debate Biden. If Biden runs for re-election, there's not going to be a real primary. She's not going to debate Biden. If you came to me and you said, David, Katie Porter, oh, now we're talking. Okay, now we're talking. If you said, David, Stacey Abrams, not only an extremely skilled organizer, but deep policy knowledge and understands the system. Stacey Abrams, absolutely. But Marianne Williamson is not for me. So if the sort of followers of people in the Greenwald universe catch wind of this, they'll probably come after me pretty hard. But I'm completely comfortable with that. Bring it on. This is my view. Marianne Williamson, I support her having a candidacy if that's what she wants. Gosh darn it, there's nothing more American than that. But it's just not for me. One of our sponsors is Paired, the app for couples. Every day, Paired gives you and your partner questions, quizzes, games to have fun, to stay connected, to deepen your conversations and get to know each other better. What's great about it is you don't even have to be in the same room, especially with the baby right now. My girlfriend and I are quite busy, and Paired really helped us to stay connected. You get a daily question to answer. You can't see your partner's answer until you answer yourself, and they're questions about everything: relationship, life, intimacy, other things. And all of the exercises were developed by academic psychologists and expert relationship therapists as well. Questions like, what makes you feel lucky in your relationship? Great when you want to remember and have gratitude, a really great thing. What's an activity you could try together this month? Actually gets people thinking about things to do. It can go in really funny directions as well, but it just always feels like time well spent. Head over to paired.com/Pakman for a 7-day free trial and 25% off a subscription. The link is down below.